Good morning, good afternoon, or perhaps good evening. So, this video is going to focus on the love seat for the sketch model project. Useful tools, scissors, X-Acto knife, extra blades, cork back ruler, just in case, some kind of writing implement, pencil pen, super glue, and craft glue. I've already squeezed a blob out onto this bit of foam core, which will make it a little bit easier for me to access. Let's begin. Love seat. We're going to go ahead and start by cutting out this cross-leg shape, freeing it from its parent stock. So we have one single tiny piece to score and fold and work with. Let's begin. I'm going to use cork back for this. There's a lot of long straight lines, so the straighter and cleaner we can keep them, the better this will end for all of us. And I like this one better for whatever reason, so I'll keep working with it. Lining up right on the line. One cut, two. It's not a race, right? It's my catchphrase. Slow and steady. One cut, two. Go ahead and get that out of the way. Nice and squared up there. Now, these bits here, if I line my ruler right across from one side to the other, what I can do then is go ahead and start the cut on the far side and bring it just to the vertical bit here without going through it. So what that's going to allow us to do is have a continuation of that straight line from the right side and the left side, from the right to the left. Now, I have just a little bit of more information to cut out along the top here. So I'm going to get rid of all of this here and all of this here. I might go ahead and put the ruler off to the side for a moment, see if I can't go ahead and achieve some straight line cutting without it. Right, so when the one side is cut out, you should have a little ear right at the top there. And I will say, if you think you can do a good job with your scissors, by all means, if you feel comfortable with them, go right ahead and utilize them. They can just be a little tough in these tight, small bits here. Okay, now we've got our shape. So on this piece, you'll see here where it says, it's the only instructions on it, seat folds here. So what I'd like to try to do is where this dotted line meets these two side lines here, go ahead and take the very tip of your knife, and right where they meet, go ahead and poke a small hole right through to the other side on both ends. So now, when we flip this over, there should be two very tiny dots, 1 and 2. So what that's doing is that's giving us the ability to find point A to point B once we start scoring and folding this piece together. So let's go ahead and start that so I can better demonstrate, I guess. So we'll go ahead and score 1, 2, 3. So now that those have been scored, this should bend right into itself. So we're focusing on that point A, point B that we made earlier. Should want to line up right on those two little dots that you previously made, right? But before we glue any of this down, we're going to come back and score the rest of our front side. Score the top. Sides. Side. Now, what I'd like you to do, right in here, this line and this line, go ahead and cut all the way through. So from the base of these two rectangles up, base of these two rectangles up. Cut all the way through there, because those will eventually fold down and become the arms. Now that that's done, you have these two little side ears, these little flaps. I'm going to score those as well. Nice light touch, not too heavy. Great. Now, much like a transformer, these will all be able to fold into themselves now. Go ahead and test our theory before we get to gluing like crazy people. Great. So, that being said, I'm going to use some super glue for this, but you could use the craft glue if you like. Right across the base here. Just a little bit will do it. I'm going to fold that right to those 2 points that you made previously, those points A to B. And go ahead and let that rest in there. You might have a little extra glue like I do in here. Take your toothpick or take a little scrap piece of board. Just go ahead and wipe that glue down a little bit. It'll be hidden in the end game, but the less slop we have lying around, the less likely we are to get attached to our model pieces. Literally. Okay. That's feeling pretty good. Now, these side bits, we're going to fold in a minute, but first we're going to go ahead and take this top piece, apply some glue, and then we're going to go ahead and fold that right down on top pretty much a 90-degree angle like that. I'll let this seize up a little bit glue-wise. Once again, I'm going to do a little cleanup here and just get some of that extra glue out of the way there. Now, these side bits are going to fold in. So, glue right along the side edge. We'll clean up on the bottom and fold. Make sure you're nice and square on the bottom there so the couch will sit nice when everything is said and done. Let's focus on the other side for a moment. Just kind of dotting that glue around there. Give it a nice fold and a squeeze. There we go. Now, our little side arms should then just fold in on themselves. I have to do a little bit of rescue action, some glue here. Yeah, good. Go ahead and test your folds before you begin to glue them, right? You want to make sure that everyone lands where it's supposed to before we get locked into place. This is looking all right. Go ahead and push that down a little more like that. Now, with our super glue, I'll just come in, put a little dab on these little arm bits here. And these will fold down over themselves. And just a little push. Let it set in place. And you get a little extra glue, maybe scrape it away. A little extra push and shape. And there we have it. One tiny little love seat. Oh no. There we go. As always, if you have questions, reach out to me via email or my phone number. See you on the flip side.